The Hank Green controversy might be one of the clearest examples I've seen of people replacing reasoning with fear, doing worse than AI. And I'm not saying Hank Green should be immune from criticism. I'm saying criticism requires an argument. This whole thing started because Hank said the phrase, I appreciate the pushback. Apparently, GPT says that. Therefore, Hank must be reading from an AI generated script. That's not evidence. That's pattern recognition without epistemology. Then Hank explained what actually happened. The words were his. He had been using AI as a research tool to help locate papers and resources. He was still reading the resources. He also admitted he started relying too heavily on generated research notes and thought it was negatively affecting his process. Those two are completely different claims. AI helped me locate research, and AI fabricated my educational content. But once people heard AI, that distinction basically disappeared. And this is the problem. You can criticize hallucinations, environmental costs, training data, companies replacing workers. You can even argue that Hank's particular research workflow was bad. Those are propositions, they can be examined. But "you touched AI, therefore I no longer trust you" isn't reasoning. It's fear-based reasoning. It's satanic panic. The tool becomes morally impure, and contact with the tool transfers the impurity to the person. That is the exact opposite of scientific thinking. Imagine doing this with any other technology. You used Google to find the paper, therefore the paper is invalid. You used Wikipedia to locate a citation, therefore your conclusion is false. No. You evaluate the source, method, evaluate whether the claim follows from evidence. The origin of an idea doesn't determine whether the idea is true. Rejecting an argument merely because of where it came from is called the genetic fallacy. And there's an even stranger irony here that people are lacking self awareness. People became so afraid that Hank Green might have outsourced his thinking to AI that they outsourced their own thinking to collective patterns. Phrase sounds like GPT, AI bad, person used AI, person bad. No examination of what the tool actually did or how they used it. There's no proportionality, it's absolutism. No distinction between assistance, research, generation, authorship, verification, or plagiarism. Just category collapse. And Hank actually gave critics the nuanced argument they should have been making all along. He felt the tool was beginning to shape how he reasoned and thought, and he wanted to change that. That's worth discussing. But that's not an argument for fear. It's an argument for metacognition. HyperSanity isn't pro AI or anti AI. The same position is much harder. Show me what was done, show me the evidence, show me the harm, then make the argument. Because the moment fear determines guilt before evidence does, you stopped reasoning about technology or ethics. You're just reacting to a symbol like everyone else. What's worse is how bigoted and right wing most anti AI absolutists are. By his own statement, it has to come from a human to be right. If it's your ideas sorted for disability, then being disabled to them is being morally wrong. The irony is that few anti AI absolutists think anymore. It's the satanic panic turned to 1,000. This is how anti AI became right wing in a lot of groups. They replace critical thinking with fear and discriminate against the disabled for a tool that helps the disabled. Using AI to find studies is no different than Google. If you're reading the studies, then it doesn't matter. The other lack of self awareness and originality by them is that he mentions dopamine from using AI. Everyone does way worse in supporting animal agriculture for nothing other than taste buds. They're killing all life on the planet by supporting a leading cause of climate change for dopamine, then discriminating on tools that help people who use it responsibly. You can't responsibly consume animal products when it's avoidable. You can responsibly use AI. That's where the absolutism kicks in. They replace actual analysis with crowd based rhetoric. Absolutists don't know anything about ethics or can tell the difference between local AI and cloud AI. Being anti disability is unethical and anti DEI. The death of nuance in reasoning. DEI, diverse, diverse means disabled, as in neurodivergence, autism, head injuries, uh, trauma syndromes, all of which AI can help you sort your information and fact check you. But why would disability rights matter to so-called leftists? I don't know, beats me.